Hello, welcome back to another Lionheart episode. Stuff and things have happened since last time. Yes, stuff and things. So, this is what went down. I, wasn't, like, getting on top of doing things as quickly as some people. People are building shops, and I have, like, no diamonds to buy anything, and, I decided to go caving because I'd used all of my diamonds on making a few basic tools. So I went caving, and I died to a horde of zombies in a mine shaft. It was very, very annoying. Grrr. 'Cause like, zombies. Like, you shouldn't die to zombies, come on. So I lost all of the stuff that I collected and all of my diamond tools that I made. So like, back to square one. So I thought, well, oh, this is gonna annoy me now. There we go. How can I make this experience more fun? Like, instead of just having to go back again off camera and collect all of the stuff off camera and spend a whole bunch of time recouping my losses, how about I ask if anyone wants to do like a collab caving session, and that way we can at least have some fun doing it. I would have suggested ABBA caving, but quite frankly I couldn't afford to take the risk of not being able to keep the stuff I collected. So Psychotic Butcher was up for it, so we went on a caving trip, and yeah, we spent like 4 hours collecting stuff, and yes, it was good. And then I accidentally permanently deleted all of the footage of that trip. Oh, it was so annoying. I don't know how I managed to do that, and I tried to recover the data, and I mean, I would have had to pay a lot of money, and I just thought, So then I thought, well, how can I turn this experience into something good that I can, you know, something good that I wouldn't have made otherwise. So I decided to make like a comic book version. I'd draw a comic book version of everything that happened in, you know, perfect detail, like leaving no stone unturned, nothing forgotten, everything's in there in, you know, glorious replication. And here that is now for you to enjoy. That pretty much covers it. Okay, so the haul wasn't bad. We got I think like 46 diamonds each. A lot of the stuff that we collected was in here, but to be I've been using it, and so I can't show you exactly what we got. But yeah, so I'm back up now. I've got some diamond stuff again. Depth Strider on my boots, and I've still got some diamonds left, and I have also paid for some season passes for things. Ike made an Ender and is charging 5 diamonds for like a season pass of using it, so I paid for that. And then Mr. Funky / Liam made a pigman farm, zombie pigman farm, and it was charging the same thing for a season pass with the drops from it. So yes, so I paid for that as well because I need loads of gold, because I have plans of my own. So many plans and not enough time to do them. I've been collecting stuff here. Can you tell what it's for? I'm going to make a super smelter for people to use. I'm not sure if I'm gonna charge for it or not yet, but that's what I've been working on because it's just really useful to be able to smelt things super quick. And Dyke has said that he can, we can team up and he can provide fuel for it, so that's good. I think we're thinking to use kelp blocks, at least in the beginning. We could use kelp, we could use blaze rods if we make a blaze farm. We could use, I mean, even if we've got a witch farm, you could use sticks theoretically, but that's a bit inefficient space-wise. So anyway, oh yes, and I also made an AFK fish farm since last time too. I haven't used it much. I haven't gotten great amounts of, haven't been able to AFK enough to get good stuff, to be honest. Those eggs I put in there, I didn't get them fishing. Yes, so I've got some enchantments, but honestly, if I could get enchantments from some enchanted books from this fishing farm, that would be a lot better. I really need mending now. I managed to get an, where is it? Here, efficiency 4, fortune 3 diamond pick. That was just with an enchanting table. And that's really good, but it needs mending because I've already almost used it up because I was mining with it. So, what are we gonna do today? Well, I have this stuff for the smelter, but I need a lot more. I just need so much iron. I need like 4 or 5 stacks of hoppers. And also need loads of wood to make the hoppers, so we're gonna be doing some resource collecting. Let's just do a tour through the town actually, because it's been a little while and loads of stuff has been built. Working on a cruise ship to go along here. That's not me, that's what's happening. There's a redstone shop. There's whatever that is. There's a log shop over there, except it's all sold out. Yeah. I never would have thought to sell logs. I would have just assumed that people get their own, but actually it's turned out to be a really good early season business venture, except you've got to constantly keep supplying the demand, so maybe not so good. Shulker boxes for sale here, which I'm kind of tempted by, but this is the people that have initiative and go out and get stuff first. They end up with all of the riches and the wealth. Post office here that's being worked on, log shop, and town center square thing. We had to after that whole thing last episode of building the enchantment room, it turns out the road was going to come up here, so we had to move the whole thing, but other than that it still works like it did before. And Shorty has been building a boardwalk, which looks really good, and we're going to have shops on it. I've claimed a plot because I have other plans as well, not just the smelter. I'm going to make a dye shop as well, which that's another thing I need to get on. It's just, some dyes are really easy to get. Anything that you can farm, well, anything that you can get with the flowers is fairly straightforward. Stuff like ink sacs is a little bit more complicated because we need to build a squid farm actually. Black dye is kind of in much demand, so I should probably build a squid farm, which I've never done before. So many things, so little time. I also want to make flags. What I thought it would be really cool to do is to make a flag for like each nationality that's represented by someone on this server, because I love how international this community is. I always enjoy being part of international communities, and so to make a flag or more for each person if they've got more than one nationality or country of heritage, and then maybe, I don't know, put them on flagpoles around here or in front of the post office or something as like a... I can't remember what they're... I feel like often international buildings or embassies or big like government centers in big cities, sometimes they'll have like a whole row of flags from various countries outside. Foreign exchanges, I don't know. So I think that would be cool to do. I'm gonna have to look up how to make the flags because quite frankly I have no idea how to make them. But again, that's something that needs dye, so there's so much to do and I get distracted very easily. But first things first, I'm gonna go scavenging for more iron. I also really need to finish this house. It's just... it's not like hideously ugly, but this mess here is driving me crazy. And, you know, it's obviously not finished. So, yeah. I love that ship. That's so amazing. Oh, people have done some really good builds already. And I've got my cube of birch. Don't you just love coral reefs? It's so beautiful, so always found next to ice biomes. This is my base sort of thing. So before the season started, everyone kind of looked around and like claimed plots for their bases. I went looking far and wide for a coral reef because I specifically wanted to build by one because I love the color of the water and they're just pretty. Why is it so dark? Is it just maybe just deep here? So I haven't picked a specific spot, but I thought it was quite pretty having the coral reef next to the ice plains, so I'll probably build somewhere here in this area. Although I haven't got as far as planning that yet. Yeah, I love how just the coral reefs are all lit up because of the... There's sea cucumbers that light it up. I don't know if anything else does. So, just look at this. Anyway, I came over here because I figured I probably want to do some strip mining for iron and might as well start a mine here because I know this area hasn't been explored so much. So, and also I should probably collect some coral. I'm going to try to not desecrate the area, but I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to build the super smelter. So I figured it takes a bit of space. So either I have to build it, and it's not very pretty, so I want to either build it underground, I want to hide it away. So either underground, which means digging out loads of space, or underwater, which means emptying out a lot of water somewhere. And we have a custom recipe that lets you make sponges with coral, so I might collect some to make sponges for that. The only thing is there's so much redstone, or like involved redstone and rails and stuff, that building it underwater, it's kind of asking for trouble. So I'm not sure if that is what I will end up doing. I want to build it close to spawn so that it's actually practical for people, but I also don't want to be making something that causes a load of lag there, so again, I'm not quite sure what to do with that. But anyway, so a problem for an hour from now, I am going to go do some mining. Ooh. I found a cave. Like, normally I would be all up for just exploring caves, but I've been scarred. It's because a partly because I don't have the good armor that I'm used to, because it's the start of the season. But the issue is also that the caves are giant, and the mob cap is dependent on how many people are on, right? So if there's a lot of people on the server, then the mob cap is really high. But if everyone else is like up in like daylight, because they normally do keep it daytime. If they're up in light and there's nowhere for the mobs to spawn around them, then all of the mob cap ends up spawning around where you are in the caves, and that's what makes it so lethal. So caving is better done when there's a lot fewer people on the server. I mean, there's only 4 on now, but even so, I found a mineshaft a little earlier and it just looked like it was crawling with stuff. I don't even want to go in it. Until I have better armor, at least. Yeah. It's just not worth the pain. So many of the caves now as well are flooded like this, which is kind of cool. In some ways it makes the caving easier because you can reach places more easily, and in other ways it makes it harder because of the constant death, the fear of drowning, like that. I'm just trying to, there we go. So what is this even connected to? Although actually, the things that suck you down, they can't make you drown because don't they replenish your air? Yeah, they do. And if you shift while you're on them, they're not gonna kill you anyway, so. It's also really fun to meet skeletons underwater. Because they try to shoot you because they're jerks like that. And, oh, are you kidding me? Leave me alone. They try to shoot you underwater, and they can't do it because, oh. Okay, that's annoying now. They can't do it because projectiles don't work properly underwater. So they end up like firing at you and just missing, and you can kill them pretty easily. It's very nice. So I went and I got some iron, and some other things as well, although I strip mined a long way and didn't find any diamonds. Got the worst luck with diamonds. And then I teamed up to build an iron farm because like I need loads of iron and the server needs an iron farm, so we did that. That will be in the next episode, because it was quite a big chunk of time that it took. And then afterwards we decided to team up to craft some elytras, because I have never had one and he had lost the one that he had. We've got a data pack that lets us craft elytras, which is great. And then we hung out a little bit, and that is the rest of this episode. So thank you for watching in advance, and see you in the next one. Yes. Bye.
Hey.
You could totally pop out of that water elevator and just fall back down the side again.
You could, for sure.
Okay, we've unlocked it. Woo!
How many?
8 emeralds.
That's not great. How many emeralds do you have?
I have 15 left.
I have 5, so we can both get one.
Yeah.
Here,
Exciting
let me throw you
times.
my 5, and you can just get 2.
Okay.
If it'll let you.
And away I go!
You got both?
Yep. I'm kidding, I'll come back up again.
I dropped down.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't reverse direction now, so. Oh my goodness. If you land on someone in a boat, do you die?
I don't know. I'm gonna go get the phantom emeralds that I have.
Okay.
Do you have enough diamonds to make a chest plate?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so we need that. I think a piece of leather and string.
2 string, 1 leather. That's no problem. I have a friendly neighborhood spider farm.
Alright.
But I'm what? I have this on the recording, but seriously, I never got a respawn screen. It just threw me off into the water, and then I was there, and I was like, oh, I'm alive, and oh, I think maybe I'm lagging.
Oh no.
There was another one that just... Where did that come from?
At your house?
I'm like on my decking. Seriously, I have to show you the footage because it is the weirdest thing. Like, I don't know what happened there.
Oh, wow.
It's midday. Where would they have spawned?
I don't know. Is your house not lit up good, or you don't even have a roof on it? So yeah. Should. Do you have a roof?
Yeah, I do. But okay, but seriously,
Were you able to get your stuff?
I don't understand. Yeah, I got my stuff. Oh my goodness, I keep on shifting in boats to go faster.
So Ocean just got blew up by a creeper.
Yeah, so I hear the creeper explosion, and I see the death message, OceanPhoenix died, and I'm like, I just got thrown into the water, and I'm in the ocean, and there's no respawn screen or anything. It's just, now I'm in the ocean, and yet there's a death message. And then I went back up onto the decking, and like, my armor was there. It's like duplicated some of my armor.
Really? That's
except
so
because
weird.
I'm still wearing my armor, and except it gave me like, I've got diamond boots on, and it gave me like iron ones. And then another one came, so like I died, but I didn't die.
That's very weird.
That was very weird.
Okay, so do you have a leather?
Yeah, there, here. I just threw one at you.
And string?
I'd redecorated my house. Don't you think it looks good?
It looks amazing. And here, because I have extra, we will.
Thank you.
I'll give you 4 of those.
There's yours. Do you need string?
I do. Yeah, I don't have any on me. All right, let's craft the wonderfulness. And I'm gonna try an enchanted diamond chest plate to see if that works.
Well, I guess I'll use this extra armor to repair my armor.
I would too. I have enough to make another conduit already.
Okay.
I traded a shulker box to half hazardous. By the way, do you want a shulker box?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any?
No. Scusi was selling them, and I was like, oh, but it's so expensive, and I'd rather get my own. And he's already so rich.
Just because I like you so much, here you go.
Aw, thank you. Oh wow, thank you.
Look in here.
Did you just get looting 3 and hit the end?
No, I didn't have looting at all.
Oh.
That's from 2. That's the shells I have, those boxes I have, plus that's 2 in cities I raided by myself.
Okay.
That's pretty
Just
big,
2.
yeah.
Well, I guess our next collab should be you bring your luck and join me to raid the end.
Now that we both have Elytra,
yeah,
you're gonna have to give Scoozy some mending book money.
Mm.
Unless you have something from your fish farm.
I don't.
But now that I've explained to you how to use your fish farm,
Yeah.
then you'll get some mending books.
Now that I know to not let my screen lock.
So I'll tell you what, for the 2 shulker boxes worth of shells I gave you, right? The second mending book you fish up, for my elytra.
For your elytra.
No. So I can put it on my elytra. Give it to me.
Oh, okay. Sure,
Is that a good deal?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
I'll just secretly
That
never
way.
use it ever again.
That's fine too.